A customer at a toll lot opens fire when the business refuses to release his rented car with deadly consequences.
That shooting happened Tuesday in the Arts District, claiming the life of an employee. And tonight, a vigil was held to remember him.
We just had a simple, very happy life, and it's just gone now for nothing.
Jonet Dominguez's life revolved around two things: his family and his faith.
He loved the Lord. He lived his life for the Lord. After the Lord was his family.
And it's a big family. 10 children now left without a father. His wife Angela says her kids still do not understand.
For my younger ones, I had to have my pastor come and help me break the news to them because I just couldn't do it.
Father, we pray for the family. We pray for every individual, God, who has a heavy heart. We ask that you would be their strength.
Family, friends, and co-workers gathered Friday night to pray and light candles. A line of tow trucks, lights flashing towards the heavens, parked along the street.
He's with God right now. That's, he's looking for heaven, looking to us.
Jonet's picture is now on his co-worker's motorcycle.
I was with him on Saturday, and this is happening.
Luis de la Cruz says he was like a brother, and his spirit will now ride with him always.
When I'm riding, I can feel it.
Jonet's wife says he would spend much of his free time preaching to and helping the homeless, giving out these shirts with his nonprofit ministry.
He never made it home on time because he was helping people in the community.
While Jonet gave so much of himself to others, in a matter of seconds, one angry customer at the tow shop took it all away.
He took somebody from so many people that loved him. So many people loved him. He touched so many people in this community. He really did.
And this man, Jayton Herder, is now charged with Jonet's murder. Police say that he fled the scene after the shooting, but was tracked down in Henderson by a multi-jurisdictional task force and arrested.